Hi everyone, today we are going to look at your reading and see what is coming through and what messages I can give to you. So yeah, let's see. I also just wanted to mention this is for all star signs, so if you're here, I think it's a sign in itself that there can be some messages for you. Also, it is timeless from whenever you are watching it rather than from when it's posted. And I also just wanted to mention that if you would like to win, a free reading with me, check out the description box below since I do giveaways every single month. If you would like to purchase any services with me, they are listed down below. There's private tarot readings, black magic energy removal, rituals to manifest different areas of your life, healing work, prayers, and of course there's the intention manifesting items which thousands of people have seen results with. Review section for that is at the bottom of my website, shopmoonlightguidance.com. There's items for various areas of your life. So there's bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, embroidered cards which you can put under your pillow, your wallet or your purse, sage bundles, crystals, candles, there's teas, so many different items, and they're meditated with and saged and handmade. All right, so let's begin, see what's coming through. All right. Okay, so you've been hurt a lot. You've been hurt a lot in your past and even present. I feel that there's so much hurt. Some of you here, especially with the Ten of Swords, you pick up your phone, you look at it, you think to yourself like, why isn't there a message? Why isn't there support? Why isn't there the consistency that I give out to other people? Why is that not being reciprocated? Why is it not mutual? Why am I just picking up the phone and it just feels so empty and you're not getting what you want in return? Or every time you go on social media, you see everybody be so happy and you see people going out doing things, but you're not invited or you're not a part of it, and you just feel like, what? Like, why? And it's not because you're an egoistic person or anything, but you genuinely do believe to yourself, like, why am I such a good person and I'm not getting treated like one? And that's something I see here, because you have so much empathy and kindness within yourself, and in many ways you also feel that part hurts. Why do you feel so much in comparison to other people that just like suppress things and then they don't have to feel things? Of course, it is a superpower to really honestly have empathy and vulnerability. It is a power, even though sometimes it can feel like the worst thing when you feel too much. But I just feel here that some of you have cried so many times. You felt so frustrated, upset, annoyed, anxious, just at life in general, wondering like, why am I good but I'm getting punished for this good? Or why am I so good and then I have all these like health problems, or I feel anxious, I feel stressed, I feel sad, work is not working out, I'm not as financially stable as I want to be, or my love life is a mess. So many of you wake up in the morning and you just think to yourself, like things aren't great, they're not fun, it's not exciting, you feel like there's so much more you want to achieve, but every time you do it, something gets in your way. And that's what I'm seeing here, especially with the energies, especially with the Six of Cups as well. A lot of you are struggling with love. I can see that very evidently here. You feel left out, frustrated, rejected. There's a lot of energies in that regard, and for some of you it's more work-based, some of you it's more love-based, some of you it's more so to do with friendships and people who have literally like stabbed you in the back. I'm not even kidding. I mean, the Ten of Swords is literally this energy. What's really interesting is that this particular deck is called the Modern Witch Tarot, and it actually has an extra card that comes with it, but obviously because I'm using the deck as it is, I put that back into the box. It's got an extra card which is exactly this, and then at the bottom here, instead of saying the Ten of Swords, it says everything is fine. It just crossed my mind, because in all honesty, you feel like this, but you just feel so immune to it, you feel so numb to it, you just feel like it's normal, like you're so used to living in this pain and this sadness and this frustration that it just feels normal now. You're just so used to it. It's part of your cycle, part of your routine, and that's really sad. But you know what we will look into for this reading? I'm going to see what comes your way. I'm going to see what is going to happen in your life, whether we see a huge transformation or not, where things are going to go, and how people are going to treat you moving forward, and why this is happening to you. These are all very relevant and very important questions that need to be answered, because feeling like this is not fun, it's not good, but I want to see, you know, how much longer you're going to be in this energy for, and I'm sure that that's something you want to know as well. The good news here is you've got the Seven of Pentacles, which does show growth, but it is a bit slow, but we'll see how slow it is, you know. And the Six of Cups here does definitely go to show as well, just in terms of opportunities. You've just felt that, you know, some things work out for you, but it's not exactly what you want. And I think that's another really important bit to keep in mind, is that, you know, you feel like you get things here and there, but it's not exactly what you want. And that's the thing, is that frustrates you even more, is that you feel like this part of your life is kind of complete and this part is complete, but it's not like 100%. And it's oh gosh, even as I'm talking, it's overwhelming, right? You feel like heaviness is what we see. Yeah. And it's not that you're envious of people living their life and doing what they have to do. It's the fact that you're sad that things are not also working out for you. You know, that you try so much, you do so much, and it just goes against you every single time. Now, this is, and I don't want to scare anyone, okay? This is, and it's not going to resonate with everyone, but I just thought I'd mention it anyways. This is a very common symptom of magic. Black magic. Very common. That, you know, if you have this energy placed upon you, it can make you feel this way. It can make you feel like you're just going around in this negative cycle. Nothing's really happening. Nothing's progressing. That's not for everyone though, okay? So there's two scenarios I'm seeing here. Number one, I have two pens here, okay? Number one, and this is going to vary from person to person. I just want to mention that because this is a general reading, but there's two big scenarios I'm seeing. The first one here is that, yes, there is a potential that you may have magic placed on you. I don't want to scare anyone, okay, but this is a very common symptom of this that can occur, that when someone has placed black magic on you, or they have done a curse, a spell work, voodoo, hexes, you name it, right? There's so many names for it. This can occur. You know, you can feel like life isn't really getting to where you want it to be. You can feel that things are too slow. Obstacles and challenges continuously get in your way out through no fault of your own. That can happen, all right? And if you're in a situation like that, then I highly recommend doing a black magic removal with a professional who can help you. Now, I also do it as well. It is available on my website, but never any pressure to purchase. I just want to mention that. It's just that every time I mention this, people do email me and ask me. So if I just mention it now, then you know where to find me if you ever need me. But you can also do research, you know, to figure out what you want to do about it. And you may want to do it by yourself. You know, you may want to remove it by yourself, although sometimes, you know, if you don't really know what you're doing, then you may not remove all of it, or, you know, things like that. But that is one thing. The other thing, okay, so forget about the magic for a second. The other thing is your birth chart. Your birth chart is very complex, as is mine, as is everybody else's. You know, it's a very complex piece of, well, information for sure. It's basically stored information, right? And so your birth chart can have different planetary changes, things like that happen, that when the planets align in a certain way, it can affect your birth chart, and therefore it can bring luck, or it could do the complete opposite. And this can happen for a number of years, right? Where like for 7 years you have really great luck, and then all of a sudden your luck changes and it just goes down the drain, and you think to yourself, what just happened? Or the opposite happens, where you have, you know, not the greatest of times, and then boom, your luck changes, everything starts getting better, okay? So the other aspect to this is your birth chart. And so that's another important thing to keep in mind, is that for some of you, this is because, you know, of your birth chart and things like that. And for others of you, it's because of something that somebody has placed upon you. All right, so two different situations. Don't want to scare anyone. If I did, I'm sorry. You know, like sometimes it's not easy to give messages like this, but I would rather you know, so that you could potentially do something about it, or you can be prepared, you know, that, okay, this is just, you know, part of a planetary alignment, and eventually things will get better, because, you know, the stars, planets, they will shift. You know, they're not going to stay stationary where they are forever. So yeah, there's a positive. And yeah, you can do something about this. I think that's the main thing, is that if you don't know what it is, it's hard to do something about it. But every situation is very different, okay? So I just have to mention that too. All right, let's keep going. So that's the root, okay? We got down to the root. It's one of those two things for you, which I'm picking up on. And with the Queen of Wands, what I genuinely see here with the Hierophant and the Queen of Wands is that if those two things were okay in your life, you would have a lot more respect. Things would definitely flow a lot better. You would feel happier, stronger, more motivated. One of those things, obviously, you kind of have to wait for it to pass. There's not much you can do around it. The other thing you can take action towards pretty much straight away, and then in time you will start to see things flow, right? So that's the thing. But I do see here with the Three of Pentacles and the Hierophant is that you will have success and you will have luck and you will have joy and abundance. It will happen for you. We have the Knight of Cups, which shows that love will also progress and come together in your life. I see a lot of stability and security. That is also part of your destiny. It's part of your destiny to have stability and security no matter where you are right now. Okay, no matter where you are right now, it is in your destiny to feel this stable, to have this much security, to feel loved and respected, to have a beautiful home that you feel happy in. Okay, and also people around you that respect you, trust you, appreciate you, nurture you, are kind to you, that listen to you, that are honest with you, faithful towards you. That will happen as well. Okay, you've cried so many tears by yourself, but you will be blessed, okay? You will be blessed in a very, very positive way. A lot of you here have been struggling so much in regards to your finances. You'll be able to live a very comfortable life in the future. You will feel stronger, happier. You'll be able to feel much more motivated, excited, happy, fulfilled, content. It's going to happen. You know, these people that have treated you really, really badly, the universe will deal with them as appropriate. Of course, we don't wish anyone harm or wish anyone bad. It's sad here that, yes, you know, you may have been wished upon in that sense by somebody. Someone may have wished bad upon you. But the thing is, I see here that you're a good person. I see that you're kind. I see that you're loving. I see that you're genuine. And in time, things will get better for you. And a reversal can very much so happen. Those people that you look at and you wonder like, oh, you know, they just don't feel anything and they just live their life and it's all fun. There will always come a time when someone who's suppressing things, okay, and someone that's hurt you will at some point face repercussions. And they may not face them whilst you're watching and waiting for them to do so, okay? A lot of the times, people will feel things behind the scenes when you're living your best life and things are okay for you, or when, you know, you're just doing your own thing. Yes, sometimes you can see people go through karma and things like that. You can see that sometimes, but not all the time. You know, sometimes it happens when you couldn't care less, and that's the thing, right? So all these people that have not been good to you and have not treated you well, they will deal with their own things. You know, the universe will do things in their own way. I don't think that it serves you to then worry about what's going to happen to them. I think you got enough worries on your plate for yourself right now, you know? So take care of yourself as much as you can. Say to yourself, things will get better, okay? That's your affirmation for this reading. Things will get better. I know it's such a simple affirmation. You might think to yourself like, oh, it's just, you know, I keep hearing this Moonlight. I know, but it will get better. And that's something you need to know for sure, is that you may be struggling a lot right now, but your life is not going to be a continuous struggle. Even though, you know, you might feel that it is, it's not, okay? It's not going to be like this forever. You will feel happier, you will feel stronger, you will feel better. And say that, you know, I will feel happier, I will feel stronger, I will feel better. Those are your affirmations, okay? So comment them down below. Share them amongst yourselves if you want to as well. I love seeing when the affirmations are down below. Or you can make your own affirmation, you know, and say it to yourself when you feel this way. Or when you're crying to yourself, just say to yourself, you know, things will get better. And I hope that you will, you know, feel that. Because I know I'm sitting on the other side of the screen and you might think to yourself like, yeah, Moonlight, you're just like sitting there and telling me all of this. I know I am, but, okay, it will get better. It will get better. What more can I tell you? It will get better. Okay, I've seen so many people over the course of years who have come to me at their worst, okay? And when I say their worst, not their own personal worst, their worst in terms of how they've been treated by others, you know, and how they felt because of others and things like that. And work together, you know, because of course, you know, many of them become my clients. And then eventually their life improves, you know, it gets better, and it will happen for you, okay? Because I've seen so many of these cases, so many of them, and it will, all right? Say to yourself, it will. Comment it down below, it will. All right. Now, if your main concern here is love, okay, make no mistake, make no doubt. Have no doubt that it is going to manifest for you. It is going to come together for you. It is going to happen, because you've got the King and the Queen of Wands, which shows that love will manifest for you. Love will come together for you. Things are going to progress for you. It is going to happen, okay? Three of Pentacles also shows a beautiful work environment. And also, this is about you not chasing someone, but actually people taking the initiative to want to genuinely be with you and respect you. If you are in, okay, this is going to vary for people to people, person to person. If you're in a relationship and you're treated really badly, okay, what I think is really important here is definitely to put yourself first at this time and to try and understand where you're at and what it is that you need, okay? So write down on a piece of paper what it is that you need. And how much does that then align to where you are right now in regards to this particular connection or this relationship? Because that's really going to be much more of an eye-opener as well. Okay, so I think that's quite important and quite significant. Can certain relationships improve? Yes, I do see that they can. I think this is where we kind of cross the line into more of a private reading, to be honest, because it's going to vary from person to person. But I do see improvements happening relationship-wise. We've got the Nine of Swords here as well. This is that pain, the frustration, the sadness, the 9 to the 10 of Swords, which leads to just feeling so backstabbed, hurt. I mean, I feel here, okay, that people have treated you so badly, so badly in private, have made you feel really just, what's the word, unworthy, worthless, that's the word. Honestly, oh gosh, you know, even as I'm saying this, I'm struggling to get my words out, because a lot of you are in disbelief, and I honestly don't blame you. I don't blame you for being in disbelief. I don't blame you for feeling sad. I don't blame you, because you know what, that's me validating how you feel. And sometimes what I felt here is that you've been so emotionally validated, people telling you that, you know what, whatever, it doesn't matter, it's you know, it just is what it is, or oh yeah, it's, you know, it's just what is a part of life. I mean, to a degree, I mean, I did say that things are going to get better, but that's me also trying to tell you at the same time that what has happened to you is not your fault. You know what I mean? So I am trying to validate you, because I don't blame you for feeling this way. I really don't. I think you have the right to feel this way. However, okay, you don't want to stay in a victim mentality state. And I only say that because when you stay in this energy, it's good to feel that, because then you know where you stand. But then you got to rise above it, right? You got to rise above it, continue to live your life. You got to continue to put one step in front of the other. That's your strength and that's your power. And that's also what's going to bring you more. So, of course, you know, feel what you feel. That's really important, because then that's not you suppressing things. But then know that things are going to get better, and then try to do what you can in your day-to-day life to stay on that path for yourself, because the universe will also align to that as well and continue to give you more. That's really important. Otherwise, you know, if you stay in this energy every single day and it's just, you know, the same thing every single day, and then you just feel really unmotivated, then of course you can go down the path of having even more mental and emotional health issues, which can actually just make things worse, of course. So you want to try to do little things, or even get help. You know, therapy is incredible. Psychologists, psychiatrists, you know, there's so many people out there that are willing to help. And I think that's another really important thing, is that there are people that willingly would want to help people in this situation. Okay, now that's for extreme cases, for those of you that are like really struggling to, like, you know, just such a degree and a point where you just feel like nothing's ever going to get better. But I see that for many of you, you know, you do feel sad, you feel upset for how you've been treated, you know, even as a child. You know, some of you have been treated so badly and so poorly. But I see that you genuinely want to make a change in your life. You want to feel happy, and it will come. It really will, okay? It will. Even as I speak, I have such a heaviness all of a sudden in my heart. Yeah, that change will come. You know, Judgment is transformation. Strong water energy, Scorpio actually, which is intense, you know. There you go, okay? It's going to get better for you. Look at that. Ace of Pentacles, you've got the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like some of these cards should have come out at the beginning, you know, because that would have really told the story a lot more. But to be honest, this is how I read, and it just goes to show you that the cards that have come out as well of, again, mimicking what I've already said. So it gives you, I guess, in many ways, a double clarification, if that makes sense. It just double clarifies what I've already said, which then helps you, right? I think that's just the way it is. See, the devil here shows a lot of like very toxic people that have been around you. You've been treated so badly by multiple different people, whether it's people in your family, you know, relationships, toxic relationships, friendships, which also does technically count as relationships. Every time I mention relationships, a lot of people just assume that I'm talking about like romantic relationships, but relationships are of all natures, you know, relationships between your co-workers, relationships between like, you know, a pet and its owner, like that's a relationship too, you know. But yeah, so I just thought I'd clarify that. But yes, sadly, you have been treated very, very poorly. Now, what's interesting is that once we finish this particular spread, I'm going to have a look and see what is actually going to come your way. Okay, how are things going to change in your favour? Now, we've seen some of those glimpses here, which I think is nice. Otherwise, you know, the whole thing would just be like really sad, me just telling you like, oh, this happened to you and this happened to you and this has been really bad. But, you know, it's good that we've seen little glimpses of what's to come. But we'll do a proper spread on what's to come. So that's the devil energy. Okay, Ace of Pentacles here shows things will get better, lighter and brighter, and very fulfilling. Oh, I really like how the nails look in this. Sorry, that's really random, but I just looked at that and it looks really pretty. I might actually paint my nails black at some point. Yeah, I might actually do that. A lot of people actually do ask me as well whether these are my real nails. They actually are my real nails. These are not fake. I don't even know how you can prove that they are not fake. They are definitely real, like they are my actual nails. But you know what's really interesting about the hands here is that I feel that you're going to get more compliments. And this is something that's quite interesting. Like rather than people kind of like, and I actually believe, okay, that you've been around people that have been super, super jealous. And what I actually see is that they're going to be so much more giving towards you as well in time, okay? So they will bring you things and they will bring it from their heart. They're not going to be jealous and envious. And I also see here a lot of compliments in regards to different parts of your body, which is quite interesting. So there is a bit of a link there, but you're going to be given more. And also from their heart. They're not gonna, you know, sometimes people give compliments and it's just, you know, that they're just saying it so that they can get one back, or because they just want to just say something to kind of have a social interaction. I actually see here like genuine people like coming towards you and saying things, not just because they feel like it's good to do so in the moment. So that's one thing I definitely wanted to mention there. Yeah, so we've got the Knight of Swords here. Some of you have been dealing with people that just like come in, say something and then just disappear, and then you just think to yourself like, what? Like how did I just let you say that and then you just disappeared? Some of you have been in disbelief in regards to how you've been treated, you know, ghosting, people blocking you, people coming in, you know, promising you the entire world and then running off into the distance like, excuse me, what, huh? Like, you know, and you just think to yourself like, wow, I'd never do that to somebody. And then they do it to you and you just think to yourself like, how did I let somebody do that to me? And then it just, you know, it just becomes this whole cycle of needing to find closure and wondering why they did that and what the whole purpose was. And I definitely tell you one thing, it's not your fault. I know this sounds like really like strange, like, oh, I'm like telling you like, oh, it's not your fault, but I genuinely do believe that in so many of these circumstances it has not been your fault. You have actually been treated so poorly, so badly, and you know, honestly, I think that the quality of your friendships and people around you is just going to improve. And even in regards to relationships as well, I definitely feel that people have treated you based off of their like past trauma and their own personal sadness, which they have not healed. Instead, they suppressed, and they just act like their life is fine, but they're not actually working on themselves. That's the difference. You're actually working on yourself. You're trying to understand things, right? You're here because you want to understand something. You want to learn something. You want answers on something. A lot of other people, they don't care what the answer is. They only care about themselves and what they're doing and their own personal time and their own life. They don't care about spiritual growth, spiritual awareness, mental health, you know, like, oh, if I treat someone like this, how could it affect them? You know, they don't have that, let's say, empathy to the degree that you have it. Now, I'm not saying that they don't have any empathy, okay? I'm just saying they don't have it to the degree that you have it in terms of maturity, mental maturity, emotional maturity, like, you know, that real sense of like, how could this impact someone if I do this? That's the difference, okay? That's the difference. They don't have it to the extent that you do. And that's, of course, the like really important aspect here as well. So we got the Hermit, okay? A lot of you feel very left out. You feel lonely. You feel isolated. You're spending so much time by yourself as well. And it just feels awful. It feels sad. It feels sad. And here's where we bring in the diamond analogy, okay? The diamond analogy. You may have heard this before on my channel, so I apologise if it's a bit of a repeated message, but I just have to say it, okay? I have to say it again. A diamond is very rare. A diamond is precious. A diamond is also made out of, made under stress, right? Extreme stress. Now, I genuinely believe, okay, that you are being protected right now. If you feel lonely, isolated, like, you know, you're looking on your phone and you're seeing people live their life and here you are not feeling like you're living your life, you're being protected from those that could treat you even worse. Okay, you're not a part of those social interactions at times because the universe knows that you deserve so much better and it's trying to protect you from those people that could treat you even worse and make you feel even worse on a day-to-day basis. If you are not with someone that you want to be with right now, you are being protected. Why? Because right now that person is not in a place to give you what you need to the emotional maturity and emotional stability level that you need. If you were around them and you were having interactions with them, they wouldn't be able to tell you what you wanted to hear because they can't even tell themselves what they want to hear. They can't even treat themselves emotionally the way that they should be treating you. So how can they treat you right if they can't treat themselves right? That would cause you more pain, frustration, sadness, right? They wouldn't even probably tell you the truth of how they feel towards you because they're not being truthful to themselves. So you are being protected, okay? If you're not being able to go to the places that you want to with the people that you want to, you feel lonely and isolated, it's because the diamond is being protected in a safe right now. And the safe is the safest place you can be, even if you feel super, super lonely, okay? Now, loneliness and being alone are two different things, okay? Loneliness can stem out sometimes of codependency, but it can also stem from the fact that, you know what, you look out into the world and people are always doing things with others, but also being alone is not a bad thing, you know? There's a real superpower to it. It's a power, you know? I say that also because, you know, I spend a lot of time by myself doing a lot of things and I love it, you know? It's amazing what you can discover about yourself and how comfortable you can feel within yourself. There's a real strength to it for sure. And, you know, what I will say to you as well is that you are in a place right now where you're being protected and then eventually you're going to be like the caterpillar that comes out of the cocoon, right? Because right now you're in this cocoon and this place where you're like, oh, it's so dark, it's so lonely, and there's like nobody around me and no one's here to like, you know, help me. And trust me when I say, like, you are growing your wings right now. This is a period of time where take care of yourself, put yourself first, look after yourself, because in the future you're going to be so busy doing things with people that you love. You're going to be so busy, you know, in a very like stable relationship. You're going to be so busy with like new friends and people that you actually get along with and going here and going there, that you look back at this period of time and think to yourself, oh, I wish I enjoyed it more for myself. You know, I wish I did the things that I could. You know, I wish I binged watched that TV series or watched that podcast or learnt more about myself spiritually or meditated more because now I'm so busy. Because your future self seems to be very busy, very fulfilled, and actually feeling really good, because I think that a lot of you will appreciate the time that you're in right now, even though it's really difficult. Like, I just want to say that, you know, obviously it's like really difficult for you, but you will actually think to yourself, wow, that's where I grew the most. That's where I grew my wings. So even though it may feel like a curse where you are right now, it's a period of time where you look back into, you look from the future back to yourself right now and you'll think to yourself, wow, it's in a really difficult place and I feel so grateful. And that energy of gratitude that you'll have in the future towards where you once were is actually what also allows more of that, you know, law of attraction to take place. And you're just going to feel that the success is 10 times sweeter because, you know, when you go through really difficult times and hardships and then you finally get to where you want to be, it makes everything 10 times sweeter. And it's just a combination of things that I'm seeing here. And so if you feel lonely, think about yourself as the diamond in the safe. You know, you are a diamond, and essentially not everybody can touch a diamond. And just take, I mean, imagine you're just like put on a table somewhere, you know, and there's so many people around you. you would probably get stolen. You would probably be mistreated, right? You would maybe even be dropped and you would get scratches on you and God knows, you know. So I think that what's really important here is the universe is trying to protect you. Like, you are very shiny and you're very precious, and you must be treated that way, right? You must be treated that way. Yeah, so say to yourself, you're a diamond. This period of time is important for yourself. Let's see what's coming. All right. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I do have empathy for you, okay? Been in similar situations. But the main thing here is that you will rise above it all and you will find your wings, and you will not just be that caterpillar in the cocoon. You're going to break out of it, and the cycle will break, okay? So it's 10, remember, once you get to the 10, you go back to the ace. And I think that's really important, is that a new cycle will start. A lot more abundance will definitely flow into your life. It might not feel like that right now, but it will, I promise. There you go. I made a promise to you. I made a promise that things will get better, okay? Pinky promise. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Okay. So, all right. The cards just came out straight away. I promise you that things will get better. All right. We have here. Oh, look. Hello. All right. So this is what's coming. Two of Cups. People that are mutual. 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 Yes, mutual. Relationships, friendships, family members that are much more understanding of you, okay? They fill up their cup to the level that you do. This is what's coming your way. Mutual relationships, mutual friendships, people that have worked on themselves, being kind, caring, understanding towards you. Got the angel of Venus supporting you, okay? This is not you running after someone who still doesn't really know what they want in life or not understanding themselves. I feel like they can eventually, you know, understand themselves and then come to you. Yes, not you having to run after them. They do their own work and then they come to you and they build up the, the trust. They build up the trust towards you. They show you and try to prove to you that you can trust them now. And then it's your choice, right? So people are going to come to you. Six of Wands. This is about victory, celebration, and success in areas of finances and money, because some of you have been struggling, but I do see growth here. I see many of you also building your own businesses or working for yourselves. I also see here as well that there is a real respect here in regards to people that you could be working with. For example, if you are working in an office environment, or you're working at a practice, or you're working with lots of other people in a company, I see here a lot more respect. And I also see career growth and development, which means that as time goes by, you get a raise, you get a promotion, bonus, and things do get better for you. So financially, I definitely do also see multiple streams of income. This can also be because some of you will have investments and things like that which work for you behind the scenes, which is wonderful. And I definitely see a lot of financial balance. And this would be seen as the difficulties of the past. These rocky waves are the past. And then this is you feeling much more balanced in the present and the future in regards to what happened in your past. Yes, I think that made sense. Hold on a second. Yes. Present and future is better than what happened in the past. Also, you'll be able to speak your mind and not be belittled for it and things like that. You'll be heard. Like, people, when you start talking, people will want to listen to you. That's quite a significant thing. Very significant, very important. Also very good as well. I just literally looked at the clock and it said 3333 on the time. That's really cool. That's really cool. Okay, anyways, yes, so Queen of Pentacles here is about you feeling so much more respected. The Queen of Pentacles is also about a relationship here with a mother figure that is going to improve, because look, you've got two Queen of Pentacles here. So not only in terms of your personal relationships and finances will you feel so much better and stronger, but I do see a relationship here with a mother figure tremendously improving. And there was something else I was going to say. It will come to me in a second. Oh yes, I was going to use these cards. All right, let me just put them here so I don't, forget again, because I really wanted to use the cards with the gods and the angels and the guides on it. So we will definitely get messages from them. We've got the Knight of Swords here. Okay, better communication with those around you. Look, we've got two Knight of Swords, 2 Queen of Pentacles definitely goes to show you that there's going to be a lot more movement in your life. Things are not going to be completely stuck. We've got the Ace of Wands, which shows a lot of progress, a lot of joy, and a lot of happiness coming your way. Magician is about more communication from those around you. You can even get apologies from people who have treated you really badly, and then they come to you in the future realizing your worth and your value. I laugh because that's just such a typical thing, you know. Oftentimes people come to you once they have figured out that they haven't treated you well, and then suddenly they realize, like, oh no, you know. I know. You know, usually apologies don't always come when you want them. It comes to you when you kind of just accept that, okay, whatever, they're not going to come, and then boom, they do come, and you're just like, what? Hello? This happens actually with many things. Many things. Even people, you know, people can come to you when you, like, least expect it. Once you've, like, really moved forward, and then you think to yourself, huh? Why are they here? What is going on? You know? Yeah, so that's definitely what we have there. Okay. Gosh, it's a heavy reading. It is a heavy reading. But I think this is a very important reading. Very important reading. Okay. So well, you know, I just feel in so many ways that you genuinely deserve better. You do. And this better energy is going to come your way. That's for sure. Okay, so I see actually in all areas of your life, things will improve and things will get better. This is a matter of time, which is something that I do want to mention. But I just see so many of you being in your own space, in your own energy, like keeping very private to yourselves. You know, I do see that there's been a lot of sort of water energy as well flowing, where there's been a lot of crying, stress, anger, sadness, frustration, emotion, basically overall, that has really sort of consumed you, and that you've been keeping to yourself. So let's see what messages we have from the gods, the guides, the angels, the masters, divine. Oh, speaking of gods, this is a big one. Okay, Lord Shiva, big energy. Okay, big energy, transcendence, rise up, honor your inner force, steps are being given, dance with the universe. Okay, this is really powerful. Lord Shiva is a hugely powerful god, and this just goes to show that you are going to rise. Okay, you're going to rise. It literally says rise up and honor your inner force. Now, what's really interesting is that there's a snake, you know, that is, well, wrapped around Lord Shiva, and snakes are known to be, well, the snake energy, I'd say more so like in the, you know, Western world, is known to be quite like toxic, you know, like toxic friends and people that are like snake-like. But actually in the Vedic world, snakes are healing. Snakes are about shedding those dead skin cells, not skin cells, but shedding the dead skin, and actually there being, you know, this like fresh energy that then flows through. So what I want to say to you is that I do feel that, you know, with the cycles and phases, you know, as you have the moon phases, you are going to be becoming a stronger version of yourself, right? You may think that where you are right now is where you're going to be forever, but actually you're going to be a stronger version of yourself. You are literally going through a transformation. Think about yourself as a caterpillar. Well, a caterpillar is not the same as a butterfly. They're two different things. We see them as two different things, but they come as a part of the growth, you know, like a baby and an adult. Two very different ways of identifying, but they're both connected. And that's what I want to say here, is that yes, you will still be connected to your old self to a degree, but they're going to be two different things, okay? So you are going to be growing, getting stronger. The best thing you can do right now is align yourself to the universe and put your problems to the feet of the divine. You can pray, you can meditate, you can do, you know, your spiritual practices. Some of you may be into Reiki, some of you may like saging your space. The best thing here to do is to give your problems to the universe, and in time, The stars will align to you and give you what you want. Okay, you are very, very much so going to step into, you know, a higher power of yourself. And it says here, honor your inner force. You know, in time, you're also going to feel that the truth that you speak will be heard, not just, you know, you say something and then no one cares, for example. You will be heard and you will be respected. And that's very, very important. So God is literally blessing you and is going to bless you in a very public way, where these people that have done you wrong, okay, some of them, you know, some of them may not be in your life in the future, but they will definitely feel that something's changed in your energy, okay? That might make them want to do some research. It might make them ask, you know, people around them in regards to you. And that's when they'll find out that you are successful, that you are strong, that you are powerful, that you are doing magnificent things. And that can trigger them in the future, okay? So I feel here that, you know, you've been crying in private and feeling so, so sad about how life has been in private and then in public. Oh, people are going to see your strength, your qualities, your characteristics, everything that you bring to the table, your goodness, your just marvelous qualities, and people are going to go, wow, I wish I could do that. Wow, you look incredible, you know, with those compliments that I mentioned. Wow, you have this incredible home, you know, this incredible financial stability. And for you, you'll just think to yourself, yeah, you know, I worked really hard for it and I did what I could. And I don't think you're going to feel that you have this huge ego in regards to the things that you do have in the future, because I just see you feeling so grateful and not having those things and then feeling like you need to, you know, be a completely different person. I don't see that. I just see that actually how things have happened for you in your life just gives you so much more gratitude for where you are in the future. Okay, and then we have here Freya, phases and cycles. Did I not just mention, okay, hold up a second. This happens a lot in the readings where I say something and then it literally gets repeated, you know, on the cards. I literally was talking about the moon, okay, and I did mention cycles and phases, and literally this card says phases and cycles. You can't make this up, you can't make this up. This is good, okay? This is good because, again, it shows that, you know, what I'm saying is coming through on the cards, which is important for you as a viewer to see. So it says here, there is a beginning. Within every ending, illusions are revealed and released. So these illusions are also the ways in which people have treated you, the ways in which you may also feel that everything is your fault because of how emotionally invalidated you are by other people. And guess what? Now you're realizing, wait a second, that's an illusion. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not actually doing something wrong here. I'm trying to do the best I can for myself. And the thing is, right, I think that a lot of the times you may feel that you're wrong because you're also trying to always understand somebody else's perspective and you don't have so much of a strong ego. And so you're always trying to understand whether it's you that's doing something wrong or whether they are doing it because of some other reason. And that's the thing, is that now, you know, all of this is being revealed to you and you're able to now release it and understand that, wait a second, that's their problem. That's their problem. Let me focus on what I can do for myself. So I definitely feel here that prayer, meditation, that can really help you to feel much more aligned to yourself, because remember, when you meditate, you also do activate your third eye over the course of time. It doesn't just happen in the first meditation. I just want to, you know, obviously mention that. I mean, it could happen, okay, but it's very rare that the first time you meditate, you're going to open your third eye. It happens over the course of time with strong spiritual practices. And yeah, over, like, you know, if you, for example, if you've been meditating for a couple of months, then yeah, you know, eventually you will open your third eye and you will start to feel more aligned with your intuition. You'll start to see things, feel that certain things are not quite right. If you come across certain people, you'll feel like, oh, maybe I'll get along with this person, or you'll think to yourself, oh, maybe I should, you know, just keep my distance from this person. You'll definitely become so much more intuitive all the way around in regards to certain people, and it will just make you feel much more aware. And that's really what I'm picking up on here, which I think is nice, because yeah, You know, there's a real sense here of you stepping into your power. Some of you may even see crows. I believe these are crows. I get them in my garden a lot and they look like this, okay? So that's why I'm going to say that this is a crow. If I get my birds wrong, I'm very, very sorry, but I feel like this is a crow. So yeah, if you see a crow, it's actually really lucky because crows are also linked to your ancestors. And so what I do, which I don't know if this is correct or not, okay, but this is what I do. I do feed the crows outside, and it's got a spiritual meaning. And I remember my guru telling me this a very, very long time ago, and I genuinely do believe it because I've felt, you know, the energies of this is that crows symbolize your ancestors, and so when you feed them, it's like you're giving them an offering. So, you know, I think that what's really lovely here is that there's a sense of you not only being protected by the gods, okay, but also being protected by your ancestors, because they really genuinely want you to live a good life, and they are trying to remove obstacles and challenges from your life as we speak. But there are certain difficulties that get in the way, like I mentioned, okay, things like black magic and things that externally people do, that can have an effect. And also the stars and the planets, that can have an effect. Your destiny has an effect to a certain degree. Yes, we can shape and shift things around, but you know, planetary alignments and things like that, we can't physically change the planets. That's another thing. We can change what we do in our day-to-day life to a degree and how we feel about things, but we can't physically go and change the moon cycle and be like, hey, can you not be a full moon today? You know, today's just not the day, moon. Come on. No full moon today. we can't do that, right? So, then there's that. Okay, we've got here Taurus. So it says, cosmic gateway, your thoughts are magnetic and powerful, miraculous changes are occurring. That's what I mentioned as well with the affirmations as well. Tell yourself that things are getting better, and trust me, they will. You know, affirm it to yourself, especially when things are difficult. Remember that your affirmations feed into power. If you say your affirmation but you genuinely don't believe in it, then you're technically feeding a completely different message into your affirmation, and then you can attract, you know, you attract more of that. So what you want to do is you want to genuinely believe it. So say your affirmations when you genuinely believe it as well. I think that's really important. Or just, you know, saying them even when you don't believe that that's the case can help. But then if you feed a lot of negative energy into it and say to yourself afterwards like, oh, that's not going to happen anyways, then of course then you're feeding something different into it. But this is really important because changes are occurring, and there's a cosmic gateway to real change happening in your future. We've got here Lord Ganesh. This is beautiful, okay? This is really beautiful. Lord Ganesha, and I have my Lord Ganesha sitting on my table actually. Should I show you my Lord Ganesha? Maybe I will. I do usually, so... Ow! Oh my god, I almost like fell off my chair. Alright, okay, see? Well, I didn't, so that was an obstacle removed. Okay, so we have Lord Ganesha. Now, Lord Ganesha is known as the remover of obstacles and challenges, and is also known as the protector. What I think is beautiful here is that it literally says here, infinite abundance, obstacles are being removed, spiritual support and connections are increasing. Like, God is literally trying to help you, but also bless you at the same time. It's in your destiny and your fate to have beautiful things and to have infinite blessings and infinite abundance. It's a matter of time, and it will happen for you. I'm just going to move this one up here. I think we should put both of these like Hindu gods together. Okay, so Lord Ganesha is very powerful in that sense, because when you have obstacles and challenges, essentially, you know, it's trying to remove them and also make things a lot better for you. There's a lot of obstacles and challenges in your lifetime that have already been removed, but the thing is, you don't know they've been removed because you've not faced those particular obstacles and challenges. So there are certain things that you haven't had to face, but there are certain things that you have faced, which we've basically read on in this reading, and a lot of it is actually to do with other people. This isn't stuff that you've purposely created in your life, and I think that's another very important thing to keep in mind, is have you noticed that the reason you feel this way is because of other people. Other people. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. It's not you. It's them. It's them. Yeah. So the gods will deal with them in their own way, but you take care of you, okay? The gods will protect you and they will bless you, but try not to put all your emphasis on them. So I think actually the most powerful affirmation of this entire reading is, it's not me, it's them. Okay, all these external people, and especially on the base of the reading, it's them. Okay, and the gods have acknowledged that the problems that have occurred in your life have not actually been because of you. Yes, there are certain things that you may feel that you messed up, or that you did, or you said that were maybe not so nice, but for the most part, the reason you feel this way is not because it's karma and you deserve to feel this way, but actually because of other people. And so in time, okay, the roles will reverse, where they will have to deal with their own challenges, their own obstacles. Universe will deal with them. We don't need to worry about that. And you will be given happiness, joy, fulfillment, blessings, abundance. You will feel so much better and so much stronger. Okay, and God will bless you publicly by giving you, financial freedom, financial flexibility, more in terms of your career, better friendships, people that really match you in terms of your energy, right? Smoother relationships with those that you cannot be away from. So for example, if you have a child with somebody and you maybe aren't with that person, and you can't just cut them out of your life, you know what I mean? You can have a smoother, better operating relationship with them, where there's a bit more understanding. There's a bit more of that mutual, for the sake of the child, and things like that. Now that message is for very few of you, but there are some people that you cannot cut out of your life. It's just, it's part of life, but you'll have a better operating mutual relationship with them. I don't want to say relationship, but that's just the best way I can describe it. Connection, a better connection, in that sense. Even with family that maybe you don't get along with, just this sense of being able to keep your distance, but it not be weighing down so heavily on you, if that makes sense. Things will just get better from what I'm seeing here. I don't think that it's going to get worse or anything from what I'm picking up on. Yeah. Okay, so that's really lovely. I'm going to take my Lord Ganesha and put it back over here without falling off my chair. Alright, there we go. Wow. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing. All right, let's go with I want to know what these people have to say to you in the future. Let's have a look at the cards, okay? I just have a range of cards. I never know which direction the readings are going to go in, so I just kind of go based off of feel. So, in between there might be pauses here where I'm thinking about which cards to use, like I just did. And that's pretty much the reason, because I don't know whether it's going to be, a life reading, love reading, career reading, this reading, that reading, Okay, so let's have a look. Ooh, okay. Now let's not all get too triggered about this. I think that the people that have treated you really badly are going to feel bad in the future. They are. This is stuff that they have to, figure out and kind of do towards you. I don't think you need to run after them and chase after them and profess your love to them or anything. I don't really honestly see that you have to do any of that. So we've got here, there's things you said to me that made me feel bad, so bad for you. Okay, they will feel bad for how they have treated you and the things that they have done towards you. That will absolutely happen. Okay, mark my words, that will happen. They will feel bad. Okay, but you've kept so much of this to yourself for a long period of time that the universe acknowledges it. And another really important thing that I absolutely want you to know as well is that in the future, you don't owe this person anything. You really don't. You don't. Because I want to ask you a question. What have they felt that they owed you? A lot of them have treated you like you didn't even matter sometimes. So don't ever feel that you owe them something unless you want to give to them. That's a completely different, choice. We see here, I didn't love myself, so they would very much so, tell you oh, I was feeling like this and life was like this and I didn't really know what I wanted and I didn't really love myself. I had so many issues. So, they'll explain things like that to you. They will also want to see you. I think because they'll, you know, see you as someone that's doing so much better, and then they'll want to, you know, come towards you. But again, you don't owe them anything, okay? Like, I want to make that really clear. I have vulnerability, insecurities with you. Yeah, they just had a really hard time being vulnerable, especially now and in the past as well. You know, they've just been struggling so much and struggling so tremendously. They haven't really been able to be themselves. But in the future, I see here that a lot of them will resurface into your life, and it's your choice whether you want to give them another chance or not. And I just don't see that you need to owe them anything, because actually in the future you'll have much better and you'll be so much happier, so much happier. So no, you don't owe them anything. Okay, now that we've got to the bottom of that, right, let's have a look at some of these oracle cards. Whew, you know, the heaviness is definitely there, but I want to tell you that your life is going to be much better without some of these people. I know that sounds, well, let's just let it sound how it sounds, okay? I'm not even going to try and back up that message, because it's what it is. Your life will be better when some of these people are not weighing you down. Because my gosh, do they weigh you down. Actually, let's go with that many. Alright, we have got here Source. Your connection to Source is the light and love that shines through you and leads the way. You've got this in you, right? You've got this in you. Yes, it's dark right now. Yes, it's not fun right now. But the light will shine and you will feel happier. Things will absolutely get better. We got here Karma, which I did mention as well. I did say it. Okay, I did say it. You may be involved in a situation that requires justice or fairness. That justice and fairness will absolutely come your way. There are people here that have emotionally invalidated you, that may have even gaslit you, right? That where they really believe that whatever they're doing is right. And you will get your good karma, which is your dharma. Okay, so dharma is good karma. So this, you know, this is very, very well known actually, is you've got karma, dharma, artha, moksha. You know, like there's so many so many words and phrases that link to it. So, you know, your good dharma is going to come, well, your good karma is going to come your way, which is also known as dharma. And also, what I think is quite fascinating here is that you will have justice served, okay? So you will get what you deserve at the end of the day, and the universe will deal with, you know, these people in their own way, as I've mentioned probably a million times already. So just have faith and trust in yourself, because you are the source, you are the light right now. We've got here spiritual teacher. You are being guided to step into your role as a spiritual teacher. Some of you have tremendous healing abilities. Some of you have really got the ability to give good advice, but it will also happen once you really sort of step into that power of yourself as well, you know. So I just feel here that some of you are destined to also, you know, do some great things in terms of helping others. That's what I'm seeing. But you can also be guided by a spiritual teacher as well, in regards to someone who's like kind of helping you, you know, to become stronger. So you might have, you know, a teacher or a guide literally, or you might be watching tarot readings and be inspired, you know, by people that you are watching to guide you in your path. And then we have here, hold on a second. Universal flow. It is time for you to slow down, breathe, and take time to smell the roses. Yeah, try and take care of yourself as much as you can right now. I know that it's difficult, but you've totally got this. You know, you've totally got this. We've got here, old soul, you have lived so many lifetimes and gained wisdom beyond your years. You are an old soul, and okay, this reminds me, okay, someone commented on one of my videos a little while ago and said, I hate it when you say old soul because it just makes me feel so old. Well, old soul's got nothing to do with age. It's more so past life incarnations. Actually, it's a very good thing, because it means that you have a lot of life experience. And that is really crucial to, you know, how you live your life and how you feel about your life as well. So, you know, you have literally got wisdom, you know, from so many lifetimes, maturity that you've gained, ability that you've gained from so many lifetimes. It's actually a pretty good blessing, to be honest. So I think that what's really quite good here is that, you know, you are someone that feels. You're not someone who suppresses, and that is a huge, huge superpower. And that's actually a really, really powerful thing. And it's because you're an old soul that you feel so much. But also in the future, it's going to contribute to the happiness that you feel, right? When you're happy, you're not just going to suppress all your happiness and be, you know, so in a worse off place. You'll be healed by then. And actually what's really beautiful here is that you'll enjoy things, you know, because there are so many people that just kind of live their life and do whatever they want, and you look at them on social media and go, oh, they're living their greatest lives. They probably don't even care about the fact that they're doing all those things. You know, they may not feel that happiness to the extent that you feel it. So one thing for sure to know is that being vulnerable, being an old soul, and being a good person and being kind and empathic is a true superpower, because when you feel happiness, you will feel it tenfold and you'll feel really good about it. So that is what we have there, okay? So you have had so much sadness and pain, but honestly, gods, as we have seen here, are blessing you very publicly, and you're going to see it, okay? You're going to feel it, you're going to have it, you're going to see it. So this is your reading, okay? If this resonated with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on personal services, free reading giveaway, intention items. Everything, you know, is honestly there. And I have TikTok and Instagram. If anyone wants to follow me on there, feel free to do so, and I'll see you all very soon. Okay, take care everyone. Bye. See you later, everybody. Yeah, all the links are down below, as I had literally just mentioned as well. And yeah, everything's there. Cool. Bye everyone. Bye.